If you're worried about the result, it'll deter you and you fall off. But over the course of time, if you let yourself stick to that a month, 2 months, 6 months, a year, it's gonna pan out. But you just have to be real about it.
For sure, for sure. I think going back to your original point, though, the one thing I want to, bring back up, you talk about like how you got here, and you brought up the authenticity piece, and this is one thing like I want to give you all the credit in the world for. Brian and I were talking about it beforehand about some of these interviews, and I've seen you at the show so many times. The expo. You're a big advocate of that show, which is great. But that is the one thing I think that really stands out in the quote unquote success of the content is the authenticity piece. I think it is one of the things we try really hard on our team to be is if you're a different, like you said, if you're a different person, people catch on to that. I think that shows, and that's one thing I'm giving so much credit for is that every time we've ever seen you content in person, I mean, it's the same thing every time, and I think that is one of, in my opinion, one of, if not the reason the content does well. I wish that you are that person, even with the you working out the deal, I don't remember the exact details, but from a kid, the guy's like, hey, I'm going to give you this money for it, I want to buy it, and you're like, here's the extra $20, and this guy, you give it to the kid, the Joe Burrow one recently, I trust, and like that. He was a 10-10 contender, like, just you're again, like, that person, like, that stands out so much, but that's really who you are, and I think that's one of the biggest things, you haven't always, what it's like, it's a journey, like, 5 years ago, you weren't getting these views.
Not even close. I was fighting for 200 likes, and, to get to 10K views, and so to be, hundreds of thousands of views and thousands of likes, it's all wild, but I think you gotta keep the main thing, and stay the same through and through. Of course, I appreciate you saying it. I've been, with you guys dapping you up, giving you a hug for how long. It's just, it was never, nothing about that's gonna change for me. It's amazing that people latch on to that, but it doesn't surprise me again because I think I genuinely love this thing. I would be doing this on my weekends and my days off and my after hours, no matter what I ended up actually doing, because I loved it. Being a kid, there's a picture of me at 10 years old that you might see on my Facebook page where, I posted here in Georgia. This reminder means so much to me. My grandmother took it. It's on my 10th birthday, and all I wanted was a Derek Jeter jersey and the Topps baseball set. And I'm sitting there sorting just the good and the bad. I was 10 years old. That's what I cared about then, and not much of it has changed now. So there it is. And, I never get tired of looking at it because it means that much more every day that I'm creating something with this, creating something for myself, and hopefully for the hobby as well, trying to grow this thing. It's not just about me for me or you for you thing at this point. We're doing something bigger for the space, but I look at a picture like that and look at all the fathers and sons that come out and, they have a connection over this. And look at the kid that needed something healthy to latch onto that he became passionate about and found his way in business. Or look at the guy who forgot what nostalgia was like and he rekindled his love because he was watching videos and was living vicariously through them. The stories I'm hearing, it's just surreal. It's just surreal. And so I think when people see that you're in it for the right reasons and you really being yourself and you care about something as much as they do, that's what forms a connection, a community, and fun.
Yeah, and you brought up a good point on it, too. I tell my wife, tell my friends, anybody that listens all the time, I'm putting these cards if they were $0, of course. Again, like you said, if it was, I could do it for $14, I would do it every waking hour I could, like, loving it as an understatement. This is what I'm going to do. There's not an alternative, and I resonate so much. I think your stories are very similar, and I agree with you tremendously there. I want to check you a little bit. You make a lot of content, you go to a lot of shows. we always get, I'm sure you get this too, we get a lot of the questions like, what shows are you going to? What shows are worth traveling to? Is this one good? Is this one great? What are some of your thoughts right now on some of the better shows, some of the more enjoyable shows, like, yeah, to name a couple, maybe not necessarily the best shows, like, Dallas is...
There's no such thing as best.
Yeah, Dallas is a regular, we love Dallas, but if you've got to pick a couple of your favorites for different reasons, which pick?
Well, you know where to start.
Yeah, you know where you're going to start.
So, the Sport Card Expo in Toronto.
That, like, evolved. We've been there once, but you are, I can't think of anybody that is a bigger advocate for that show.
Because there's something about the energy going there. When I was first going in there, you got to make some good clips to cover that trip, right? But I'm going not only now to another city, but to another country.
Yep.
And I just remember how welcoming it felt. I was a big fan to begin with.
Yep.
So in that instance, right there, I mean, those people are like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Proud member of the 11th class today. You know, it's how it goes. But I love the sport of hockey. I love the vibe of the people, just the culture over there to begin with, and then immersing it into the hockey. That overlap there, coming around it all you find. There's other sports, and it's really grown over the time, but mainly hockey.
Yep.
The joy that's in there is just amplified. And they'll happen over time. It's not in the same place as the hockey is in the United States. So seeing so much of that genuine excitement and passion for things that are coming out of the people training, that gave me a sense of it's just a good feeling. Because you know who you hear, but welcome being part of that. In my Canadian game, like this, but I don't miss one. I just can't find something that's compared to that for me. I love all the shows in the U.S., but that was always the one that stood out. I do everything since I started doing this.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's Brian and I went. I think for the April show. I think it's where we went last year. It's the April show.
Yep.
I would agree with everything you said. It's everything I've heard. I've only been to one, but everything I've heard is that it's really grown from being less, quote unquote, hockey to more other sports. There's definitely a lot of hockey. There's no difference.
Did anybody twist your arm and try to get you to go?
No. Did you go to the show?
Yeah.
No. I'm like, hey, you want to come off, like, see it, like, we did some content on, like, the above the upper deck stuff.
I remember seeing it. This is great that there's people actually traveling to get here because it wasn't happening. I didn't see familiar faces there the first big handful of years. So.
But I enjoy.
Yeah.
It's one of the only professional teams we have in Columbus.
Right.
So if I'm going to pick one for Ohio State, it's definitely the Blue Jackets. I love when it was actually. You go to trip in the U.S. like.
No fucking way! God damn it!
No. So buying Blue Jackets cards are not like the Rangers or the Red Wings or the Penguins. Like, so in there, the stars like it's a Blue Jackets card out. So it was cool to go and like that stuff, but again, the atmosphere, the energy, the welcomeness. I will say that, like, and I think you've been to the London show.
Not yet. But I was going to mention that on the shows that I'm interested about. I think we're making our London debut in May.
Yeah.
I put that out there anywhere yet, but I think that's going to be our first UK trip. We went to Germany. We went to the Dusseldorf show. Part of Madness. That was a great experience there. Yeah. So we had gotten some traveling on that, but the international shows, of course, present a whole different opportunity. Yeah. And London, I'm looking forward to getting to, but Toronto's always had that place. And for me, just to answer what you initially asked me, outside of that in the U.S.
Fuck long way again. God damn it.
I see the Dallas show more than I see my own family. That's what I tell people.
Yeah.
We're here all the time. It's great. It's an amazing opportunity to come here every week and just do business and see everybody. It's all fun. So I always enjoy this one. And then Atlanta, always the January Culture Collision show. I've always enjoyed that. It's an early show in the year. Thinking into the middle months, Fanatics Fest will be an interesting one. Of course, the National. I don't need to say anything about the National. There's just, it's the National, and there's everything else. So that's how that works. But there's some big shows that I think people, if they're thinking about this, might want to take the opportunity to even if it means a flight and hotel.
There's that same idea. You're really think about some of the shows. The number of King and Farmington, Chicken Bone, yeah, people on Indiana, like London is, I've been to London, doing the London Card Show. The movies are amazing. The Expo is awesome, but the Dallas Card Show is great.
Listen, you send me the directions through the corn maze, and I'll be there.
Listen, I would feel really, really good about that show if you ever show up there. It is
We'll talk about
it. It is not 5-star Marriott's in Allen, Texas, or in New York City for Fanatics Fest.
I'm low maintenance, man. I've slept on plenty couches, pull-out beds. It's whatever gets the job done. But if they want to have me there, then we'll definitely try to make that happen at some point.
It's a lot of fun. But yeah, I would agree a lot with like the international thing. I think it's like you said, it just presents such a different opportunity. The people are so welcoming.
Yeah.
You'll love the London Card Show. I would love to go to the Germany show one day for sure. I love.
Fancy pants with credit card are what's trending. Yeah. Zero caps here, Steven. Check it out. Hey everyone, we just announced at this point it's
Uncave. And this is who I should have done this podcast with. Fucking screw the brute, I took the wrong Latino. Bobby just got done. He's retiring, so I think he's gonna look like this is his last tour. At this point, it never gets rebuilt. Yeah. And that's why I never wanted to go into arenas. Because then you were so we just went and the great okay on a spaceship. Listen, you're I never asked myself that. And then I asked myself, I said to myself when I was getting ready to announce this new tour, I was like, wait, am I just going to do this forever? Like, is there an end date to this? There is. When I look at it, like what you did with me, I tell people, stand up, and it wasn't happening. It was a business. You do it as a business. Arguments with other people. At the end of the day, that's not. It's absolute. I definitely did not get into it. Listen, I picked up the track. If I'm married, that was the end of getting your dick sucked. You got a girlfriend, you move in, you can't get your dick sucked. That's part of going on the road. Oh, I can still do drugs. Okay? And then one day you stop doing drugs. And like, what am I doing? I'm not, because I ain't the road. I got a wife, but she doesn't want to see me fucked up. So I would hold off all week and then go all out when I went to Houston or anywhere else. So it's not that hard. And let's set up a date to get up. So I'm going to it's over. Okay, I'm like green there. Let me when it's over. Let me fucking I love it. And now I love it again. And I love it to the point where I take a break, and you know, we didn't. And next thing, you know, we didn't take a break, and we don't ask me for oh, this last tour he did was the biggest one, and it's all I think it's all arenas, and I know him. He doesn't do drugs. He doesn't get his dick sucked. It's I enjoy the fans. I enjoy seeing them, having a good time. But I just couldn't see myself doing this when I was 65 every week. I didn't love it that much. I love my family just a little bit. You did the right. I mean, I think you've done the right thing, especially knowing like how much time you spent with Mercy. And I look back and I go, man, I was gone all of the girls' childhood. All of it. I saw them Tuesday, then Wednesday, Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, until I started canceling Sundays. When do you think you loved it the most? What was the most favorite time to stand up for you? I was yeah. And why is that? Why is it the worse you are is the most fun every night's an adventure? Yeah, you got $3 in your pocket, 2 comedy sets. One, you're going to pick up $45. Let's see where the night takes you. Yeah, some nights you're on you're fucking depressed because you have 2 bags of dick. But some nights you have $45 in your pocket. You're at some girls, you're still doing it, everybody's doing it. You're like, this is great. You know, this is great. We can do this great. We all had the best stuff when we were strong. That's when you barely made the gig. Don't have the money to get the plane ticket that got canceled. I mean, you got canceled in those days. You were going to fuck. You know, one off. So, you're the best idea. You're the best festival for the thing on the road. Those are the buses. Yeah. It's a great idea. That was brilliant because it took you off of the hay markets. It put you in sea markets. Now, people never going to these towns. Brandon, Mississippi. You went to all these places. You went to a place in Tennessee that I consider the best place in the world. Where was that? The first year we were in Tennessee one night, and I thought, I loved that town because of that. The hotel people were nice. Everybody knew you in town. You know, we were there for like a day and a half. We were already talking to people. I met a great girl down there. Ended up having a kid. We ate mushrooms together. Fucking, you know, that was fun because you have no pressure on you. Yeah. You have no pressure on you. Yeah. 20 minutes. I can do 20 minutes on my sleep. And I don't really care if they summarize. You know, you're doing comedy. It's maintaining the material, writing material, and then your agents will call me, hey, Brandon, Mississippi, you're not selling tickets down there. This, that. You have so much going. Yeah. So much inner stress that you don't even feel. You're like, oh, I've been doing this for years. But no, it's inner stress. You're selling tickets. Put this up. This guy wants you to play there. Hey, when you go there, they want you to stop over here and get a sweatshirt, take a picture. You know, it's never ending. It's never ending being a comic. You know, it never ends. It never ends. And once you do have a wife and a kid, you know, I always liked those guys that you were on the road with in the beginning. And it was their 3rd week on the road. And you're calling your wife, you're like, I'm with Bert Kreischer. We're drinking, we're playing golf. And she's like, motherfucker, I'm over here putting a diaper on one kid, and the other kid's yelling, and you're fucking playing golf with Bert Kreischer, you know? Like, I think women always, like, when they go to work, they're like, oh my God, you're so lucky. You must be so fun to have around. You must be so fun. And you're laughing, yeah. I think that shit's cute for a fucking kid. And they're like, bitch, you know, I'm over here cleaning the bathroom, and you're playing for a joke. Thanks for bringing us. Any problem with this travel? Any problem? Hey, Joe, fucking, God, I read that. In a van. Joe, that's always doing the van. You know, yeah. Joe. I know where we go. It's the whole thing, but he took good care of us. Like, I can never do that. said something stupid on the UFC or something. And I'm like, what the fuck, John? That guy, he raised this comedy environment for us. It was tremendous. His name was great. We were eating like fucking games. You know, like fucking chicken. Okay? How's motherfucker? We were sponsored by Fogo de Chao for like 3 years. Every town we landed, we went to Fogo de Chao. On the arm, and then Joe would get shot. That was like $4. Yeah, for all of us. And I'm waiting if I was the $4 shot. Fuck, Joe, thank you. And that's when Joe just discovered weed. Yeah. We made him smoke weed and fucking dummy wood in the hotel. Nemo, she used to scare the shit out of me. And Ari's always been crazy. You know, Ari's just fucking Ari is, he's a convict in his own world. And now he wants to go to Europe. It's his last tour. Yeah. He's just, and gotta be honest with you, these guys are doing it right. Yeah. I was doing it wrong. I was doing it too seriously. Gotta stick to that material. Now I watch everybody doing arenas and they're doing fucking, they're talking to the audience. Everybody's talking to the fucking audience. I'm up there working on it. I can't write this shit. And everybody's talking to the audience in the arena. I was raised not to talk to the audience in a fucking arena. A big show. These guys are like, hey, what do you do for a living? In an arena. In an arena. God damn it. What the fuck? But I could see that was getting monotonous. Like it was just getting monotonous. And it's bad for everybody. Yeah. You go to a club for 20 years and that guy's still a bug boy. And you've seen him as a bug boy and he's seen you as a club. That comes every 18 months. And it was just something that wasn't right out of the blue ball of man's day. How's that? You guys work hard. When you go on a tour, it's 10 months. Now, listen, once that 10 months out, say goodbye to your colors. It's over. There's no video. There's no listening. It just shut we off. And see, when I got that way in 97, everybody had your manager had a plan for you. So, Brett, you're going to go on the road from January to April. So every week, shut your phone off. And then I got you a show. You're going to shoot from May to July. There's 11 episodes. You're going to shoot 7. You're not going to make much money your first year. You're going to shoot 7 episodes. And then, things are in the game. You're going to go to the comedy store every night till your ass turns green. And we're going to do a spot till you get it out. Then we're going to shoot a special. We're going to put that in the tank, and that TV show sometime. The special will come out, and you're back on the road again. Yeah, there was always a plan. There's no more plan. There's no plan. There's no plan. You're going to go on the road. You're going to go on the road. You're fucking old and gray. Yeah. If you're like me and you're like cramming in a workout, and that's the way I explain this. It's like sometimes I can feel like there's not enough hours in the day to get everything done. And I say to myself, what about workout? Bro, with Total, you can ensure you're checking workout off your to-do list every single day, with it being the convenience of having it at your home. An in-home gym, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Total is the world's smartest workout that will effortlessly fit into the busiest lifestyle ever. With the latest iteration of Total 2, you can ensure your workout is more tailored and more effective than ever. Total just 1 pound increments of adaptive weight that now goes up to 250 pounds and challenging, literally, guys like myself who bench 325 pounds. Yeah, I'm not. They'd also challenge with like really advanced people push to their limit. Plus, the new built-in Smart View leverages high-resolution camera that lets you see yourself during your workout. It analyzes your movement and provides you with real-time coaching, just like a personal trainer. And by the way, my personal trainer is on Total, my favorite guy, Akeem. He is on there. He is jacked. But these workouts are awesome. And with the new drop sets, Total to analyze your movement, senses when you're fatiguing, and will drop weight until your muscles are maxed out. In an experience you could only get in the gym until now. Now, here's the thing I love about Total is I go by it and I look and I'll go 12-minute arms. And by the way, they have a... Just find it. They never denied their music. I love this. They never did a TV show. They refused. They never did whatever show at night on Fridays. What was that guy's name? He had a Tarzan? Griffin? No. It was a show when I was growing up. Midnight special and Don Kirsh's rock concert. Yeah. There were all these, USA had one. They never did that. Their manager never allowed them to do a TV performance of anything. It was very, you look at Led Zeppelin, you're like, they were just a bunch of wackos. No, they weren't. That manager had a plan from day one, and he stuck to it, and that's why they ended up having 9 albums, and they're one of the most successful bands of all time. Right? When they toured for a year and a half, when they got off, they didn't even talk. Yeah. They didn't even talk for a year. After about a year, one of them would get bored and go, what do you think, we should go in the studio? I'm too busy shooting heroin. Try me in 6 months. Aerosmith. All those guys had these schedules. Somewhere along the line in comedy, it just got thrown out the window. There's no plan. You stay on the road to your whatever. And I didn't like that. Yeah. I'd rather stay on the road and you get a movie for me. And I'll take off and then I'll do the movie. I will not post anything on social media. People will have to put me in the back of milk containers because you are not going to see me. I will not make a fucking video. And then you come back like Jesus is born. And that, we didn't do that. We stayed in their faces. We stayed in their faces.
Yeah, it was that monotony of like you had to post a podcast episode every week. Every week you're always doing each other's podcasts. Social media, I mean, man, I wish I could put that toothpaste back on too. I've shared that with on social media.
What haven't we shared on social? I don't even, I tweet once a week, twice a week. You're in competition with these people that don't stop tweeting.
I look at like young dudes that are putting out content on Instagram. I've slowed down on Instagram, but right now I'm losing my mind because I'm over the special, and I'm in New York, and I'm overexposed, and I'm up there with the podcast. I'm sick of seeing this fucking face. I'm like, me too. I'm gonna take another break while like this summer. I'm gonna dip it for a second. Go through the summer. We're supposed to go in the summer, but I just said, I was like, let's not. Let's let it breathe for a season, and come back again next summer, and like wherever rejuvenated. And by the way, I don't know that. I've just started writing.
Yeah, you got 6 weeks in a row with all material that they're going to see it in the special.
There's that.
You move backward. But it's you're going to go on the road for a year to work on material that they're going to see on Netflix or any other. Something wasn't right. That's why I said you. There's the TV show. Understand? And you get all this stuff every night.
I thought that was kind of cool about Joe's special is he never tore that material. That material only lives in Austin. Like he never took that hour out of the road to then tour it. And I was like, that's kind of cool. You write an hour in a city, just live in a city, write your hour, perform it, and the whole world sees it for the first time on Netflix. But yeah, I took this hour that's on Netflix now, I took it fucking spun it to a huge arena tour. And I gotta do, here's the thing that gets complicated. This is the thing that is once you start making money, you start making other people money. So you got bus drivers who count on you. You have crew 18 who count on you. You have a production manager who counts on you. A tour manager who counts on you. An assistant who counts on you. And then you go to do your next tour and realize you got hired all these people from who's looking for work. So like I ran into a guy the other day, I haven't seen him in a while. He's like, yo, when are we going back on the road? And I was like, we. I was like, fuck, maybe I'm taking it back on the road. So, it's crazy, man. I'm jealous of you. I look at, whenever I see your posts, like you Georgia and Isla had a group text, they shared with you, once you were on a boat, and they're like, that Mercy. I was like, fuck yeah, she's grown up.
Yeah, it's a different story.
Yeah.
It's a way different story. It's from Harvard, this much truth. Okay, for society, whatever they call that shit, daddy issues, whatever.
Yeah.
And we looked at that. She didn't. Mercy didn't.
Yeah.
Mercy had hit her birthday. That wasn't her Terry's birthday. Right before the pandemic. My sister. had to have something you. We got to start destroying shit, you know. Get the fuck this shit. My fucking bridge broke. They want 20 G's. I got no fucking teeth. Thing broke. What does she know about 20 G's? You know, you gotta kill 20 fucking people to get 20 G's. You know? And I thought about what she was saying. It's fine. Me and her had side by draft. And we're going back to Joe. This is your chance. The universe is giving you a chance to recoup your life. Figure out how to work it as a dad. You know, because we didn't plan on it. It just happened. Yeah. And now we're getting busier now. Now, you know, nobody wants you to do all this shit, but we have to do it. Yeah, it's my fucking job, you know. And you have no idea. Once you're in it, you're in it. The reason why I'm not in it 5 years ago, I'm not in it. And then I stayed twice a week at home. Yeah. I was at a point I was doing, you know, we do 15 sets a week, but I didn't know. I didn't think of you walk into a place like you want to get up. Yeah. All that show. You know, all that show. It shows everywhere. I can tell. Sometimes I struggle on stage. And that's because I don't have what I had available to me in the life. The thing I did was when I left that life, I didn't know I had done her. Was I actually kissed my career goodbye. You think? When I went, right before we left, I was slowing down. I just sat on the stage. There was nobody there. Town was locked up with COVID. And I just sat there. I realized what the fucking happened in the last 23 years. Like, what the fuck happened? 1 minute we're up here starving, Ralphie May. We're fucking chipping in to get a turkey. And the next thing you know, you come up with some of this kind of game. And you're like, what the hell did this even happen? Right?
It's so wild. From what I knew stand-up to be when I started, I was listening to a conversation in the hallway between a group of comics who were explaining why it was more cost-effective to fly in a helicopter than from LAX to the valley. And I was like, what's a helicopter prices? I'm like, you know, I've heard stories where it's like talking about tour buses and private jets, and you're like, dude, like, it's so bizarre.
But listen, the Stones don't travel at 80. They travel first class. Of course, they don't stay together. They put the fucking whipping on the road. Yeah, they shooting the testosterone, doing gummies. You know, and when you could travel like that, how would you travel? I'd have somebody pulling me in a cart. Yeah, if I could. You know what I'm saying? If you write that type of money up, bro. But when you get old, you realize you blew a lot of fucking money. I always like IMDb. I'm a big fan of IMDb. I'm a big fan of going to IMDb when somebody's rocking and rolling and seeing all the people that made it. You know what I mean? Publicists, this, that. It's like a world of 800 people. Yeah. And when the show ends, you get about a month, you get that reality call from the account saying, hey, let me tell you something. I know what you think you got, but let me tell you what you got. Next week, you see all those people disappear. You're telling them the publicist. You got them on 8 people. You should be doing 8 people. I'm going to do something attorney. God knows I'm to a publicist. And to a fucking agent. And 15 to a manager. But meanwhile, everybody thinks that we're walking around like Cheech Bastique. That we just fucking had that question. We might do this on YouTube. You don't have time. You don't have permission. You don't understand focus right on. We didn't think about that. Yeah. You want no fucking idea what you make and what goes out. I put everything on that. And my wife has to pay off at the end of everything. Business expenses, restaurant, the ferry I took. You know, and you look at that now, compared to what I was doing in LA. Oh, geez. Holy shit. 3 weeks a month, first class tickets.
Yeah.
This, that, hotel for you, hotel for the people that you bring them with you. But they don't give you money for that theater. Yeah. All that shit. You're trying to make 50K. Yeah. You would see the average bill. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's fucking horrible. The expenses is what people don't see. But you they used to put tax on the podcast in LA. Did you get that bill? Yeah, like 18. this outfit. Really? Yeah. Get it. You're trying to go speed. You fucking finish. Fucking, yeah. Looking like Robbie Baker. Thinking, fucking flying home sushi and things. Robbie May. I get bummed when I see. I get bummed like the other day I was watching a video of him. It was so fucking funny. And I go, man, no one talks about him enough. Like, he was so fucking good out there. Dude, I feel bad. He didn't get this. He didn't get to see this. He was doing theaters before anyone was doing pennies. Yeah. 2005, 2006, he started doing theaters. And he had it down to a fucking science. He was the first one of us with the tour bus. Yeah, he had a tour bus. That's right. He had a shotgun in there, machine gun, movies. He was just good to see, you know, we got LA. We saw these places go rock and roll. That's never going to be me. And then all of a sudden, you start checking people around. They just, I don't know that. But that's what I was thinking. When I was 23, and I think that when I left LA, those stairs got down, it was like the major leagues. That's for starters. We're not the major leagues. I don't live in LA. New York has a great comedy scene or whatever, but I've already done that. Yeah. For me to come, like, I wrestled with doing spots in the city because it's like, I've already done it. Yeah. You know, it's like I've already been in the club where I developed in there and started. I don't want to do that again. But I might have to. Start coming over here. I miss coming over here. Yeah. It seems like it would be a fucking pain in the goddamn ass. Just parking. That's what kills me. I recently realized in order to feel my best means I've got to get at least 8 hours of sleep every day. And that's why I use these sleep patches from Live Good every night. It's a company product. It's your cocktail with, and you're going to love it. If I don't park when they say no, they go, damn, all right, never mind. I guess I'll have a beer. Order a bottle and some of our killer merch online at drinkporosos.com. Hey, friends. Dude, I said to Leanne, I will not go to a restaurant if they don't have good parking. I don't care how hot the restaurant is. I need valet or a huge parking lot. I love good parking. I love good parking. I like walking with food in my stuff. Yeah. So that's not going to happen. If I don't park up front, I'm not eating there because I don't like taking that hike. Yeah. I fucking get sick. I just hyperventilate with some shit. I can't fucking do it. With food in my stomach and steak. I don't want to work. I'm not looking to lose a fuck. I don't want to walk nowhere. I want the car right out. Everything. I'm at a point in my life where I want the car right out the top. Everything. That was a big damper on all my money. There's a restaurant I love, but you don't know how to go there. Valet park. I got shit in my car. I don't want somebody sitting in my car when I can park in front. And I won't go there just because of the valet. You know, I used to go to Dodger games. I buy that up front card. Oh, fuck yeah. Walk right in. Your tickets are right there. Fucking, I love all that shit. Like, people invite me to all these things here. I'm not walking to Giant Stadium. Have you been to Yankee Stadium? No. Oh, you'll be walking from now to fucking Tuesday. Really? I don't want to do that walk. I want to walk in, sit down, literally 2 walk. I'm waiting for the Yankee Stadium. You want to fucking do that? I don't care. I don't care for over and over. Yeah, no, man. You go to Philadelphia to watch a game, you walk right in. You got a family nice. Somebody calls you and you're in Philadelphia. Thank you. You're fucking Jersey. Oh, thank you. Good to see you. You know, everything else is a fucking hike. I don't like it. They built a mall. Where is the mall here? You gotta walk around to the parking lot just to get to the mall. And then it's another 2 miles to get to the league. I don't need to know that. I see stairs now and I get fucking anxiety. Like I see stairs, I'm like, this is why not happen. This is why not happen. My knee hurts. I just started shooting the thing in my knee again. What is that? Stem cells? No. I shoot stem cells next month. I just started shooting the BPC 157. Oh, green in my knee. Bogged me, and it was great. He was sick. Left those 3.5 weeks in the hospital for some reason. Yeah, I was in the hospital for 3 fucking weeks this year. Wait, what happened? fucking idea. They figured out it's called ecstasy or some shit. This is scary. Really? So wait, so you having a hard time breathing? I get the sound. I don't know much. I thought like, I must have been heartbeats or something. And then I got sick. And it was funny because I said, you know what, I'm gonna stop smoking dope. Now you know me alone. Yes. And after New Year's, I said, you know what, I'm wasting my time with marijuana. It ain't California. I gotta be on a website every night to see who's buying weed, so I go there in the morning, stand in line, get it, and it just gets me high in the morning. McDonald's is all the fucking charge, you know. I'm like, maybe I should give it a break for a week later. Days later, I could not breathe. I mean, where? I would get up here, all these things, and I would stop and fucking pee. I mean, and it sounded like, Bert, where's your bathroom? Oh, yeah, no. I gotta take my dick out right here and right now. It was terrible. Really? I had to go out twice and change my sleds. And, yeah, it was just a horrible experience. I didn't know what it was. I went to Virgin Picture. You should check it out. The oxygen level low. I'm gonna get my daughter first time. I had to go to school. I told her, so I waited out there. So I go first to one in. I went down here for a week. Couldn't figure out what it was. They drained my lungs. How did they drain your lungs? They do like laces. They get the vein, fucking take the water out. And you feel immediately? You're peeing 20 hours in the shower. Those bottles that they give you, you're peeing 1 every 2 hours. Everything. You take 30 fucking really? Yeah, put the whole floor. Jeez, they didn't send me home, but I would do the same shit. And then a week later, and does it feel like a flu, like you're coughing and stuff, or is it just you're supposed to build up with nothing fluid? Just when you walk or a train, set up build up and sit down. Fucking face is turning red. So after the first hospital stay, they put that thing in my veins in my arm. Like the stent, fucking balloon, they put it in there. And I woke up. So the doctor's like, Joe, I don't know what day you got. I'm going to report it today. What the fuck is this? Because I kept thinking it was the first thing. Yeah, something's going to malfunction at some point. Yeah. I was starting to sound like RFK. I was all RFK'd up and shit. I can't. And then I can't move again. Then I noticed I had diverticulitis. Diverticulitis. And then I fucking was going to the gym, eating good, and fucking this time, 1 week was just brutal. And it started to scare me. There's something I like to do to scare me. Shoot, school. And I'm gonna tell you that the last 3 nights, I would walk from my basement to my bedroom, and I would have to peel the floor and stop the floor, catch my composure until I could pee, run to the bathroom, pee, and then the walk to the bed was killing me. And then I have to do one of those things, a treatment, the inhaler with the fucking heat and all that shit. Oh yeah. And I had to get up and I could leave. It's a Saturday night with the roof. That's 86 with 1. I knew I had to go up that. At the end of it, next morning, and that's when we do a blood test. They found out that I was overloaded with fluid, blood cells, red blood cells. Really? Because I did testosterone when Mercy was first born. I ended up in the hospital with too many red blood cells, so I knew what it was. I was taking MK677. It's a peptide. It puts you hungry and sleep, makes you hungry as fuck. Makes you get fucking huge on that shit and start lifting. Yeah.
And that stuff is like a growth hormone. It makes sure it mimics a growth hormone. It's like my friend said. It's like Joe Rogan said, we're going to do testosterone. Do testosterone. We're going to do growth, do it. But don't do things that are going to stimulate that. Yeah. Because somewhere it's going to backfire. And then it's like insulin drug. Blood sugar will go up. Blood pressure will go up. So I got off that. And I haven't smoked again. Really? So how long has it been since you went down? 3 weeks. I've never fucking heard any of this. The first time I put a picture up, I got 9,000 calls. You know what I'm saying? I go, 9,000 calls. Like, you know, and I'm like, I can't tell people on the phone. My phone will blow up one fucking day. He said, I didn't want to tell people, like, they need to take a picture with tubes and, you know? Yeah. Like, look at me, I'm in the hospital, and people are like, oh, get well, get the fuck out of here. You know, I'm going to tell you I'm in the hospital. But they want to get out. Yeah. Well, I'm going to take pictures in the hospital, embarrass you. My daughter saw pictures like that. Fucking hospital, what's wrong with you? You're right. Holy shit. So did you get scared during that time? Those last 3 nights were a little... Because now I went from me just hyperventilating and couldn't catch my breath and having a bad panic attack to me sweating. I was starting to sweat and my face was getting real fucking red. And I'm like, this ain't good. And your blood pressure's 212. Yeah. That never ends well. That never fucking ends well. I said, fuck it. I went to a nutrition guy. I changed a lot of shit. Like I had to. Yeah. I had to eat a lot more blood pressure. I had to eating that stuff, and it's pretty fucking good after 2 weeks. That shit you get from the ocean, and you can seaweed, like seaweed.